I wonder if anyone will notice if I don't do a video this week. I mean, I'm 6 points below the average. Really don't want to make this video. What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, J&O, and welcome to my team for Game Week 30, points and performance, where we look at how my team did over Game Week 29 and look at the underlying stats of the players to see if there's any saving grace to my game week, because it was a terrible one. I'll be straight up and honest with you. 6 points below the average, 34 points, probably one of the lowest point totals I've got in a long time, and it did see about a 4k drop, which is very unfortunate, but it's one game week. The season is 38 game weeks long, and we are still in the top 15k overall in the world, so we're still pushing for that top 10k finish. So if you want to make me feel any better about myself, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button and that notification bell. All of those actions really help me out, and let's get on with the video. So let's start off with how I actually did, and it was 34 points. 6 points below the average, like I've already said, and that put me at a game week rank of 4,629,895. That don't sound too great, does it? Our highest points actually scored was 106 in this game week, so that person was probably loving life because it was a pretty low scoring game week with the average at 40. Overall points, I'm now on 1,779, putting me at overall rank of 13,981st in the world. And to be honest, the only player of significant note to talk about as far as FPL points goes is Raul Jimenez, who managed to get 12 points for me. If I'd taken a risk and put the captaincy armband on Raul Jimenez, it could have been a different game week. I did decide to go against the crowd this game week, but I did put my captaincy armband on Mohamed Salah. And apart from Harry Kane, all the most popular captaincy options all pretty much blanked in game week 29. So it was a very low scoring game week. The other player to get me some points was Andrew Robertson with the clean sheet in the Merseyside derby. And then everyone else got me 2 points or 3 points. Apart from one man who decided to outshine how badly everyone else was doing by getting -1, and that was Paul Pogba with a missed penalty and a yellow card. I suppose on the plus side, I didn't captain Paul Pogba, because then my game week would have been even worse. I would have got 33 points instead of 34. But it was just one of those game weeks where nothing seemed to go my way, and I was hopeful when so many other captaincy options did blank. With the last game being Mohamed Salah against Everton, I thought potentially Everton's defence could be a bit leaky and Salah could get something, and he did have some good chances, which we will see in the underlying stats, but nothing came of it, and it saw me drop in all my mini leagues in overall rank. But we move on, we keep pushing forward, and hopefully we still get that top 10k finish. So we now look at the underlying stats, and we start off with the goalkeeper and defender, and we start off with Tom Heaton. He was a bit of a punt for me at 4.8 million. I was hoping Tom Heaton, who has been in very good form, get lots of saves and some clean sheet points. He's a bit of a differential for me, and he came in with 1 point, so didn't really do much for me. This game we called the game week before. That's no bonus points, of course, as well. He only got 2 saves as well. So I was hoping for a lot of saves from him, and even that's not coming to fruition. So Tom Heaton so far, 2 game weeks in, hasn't been a successful transfer. But of course, we're going to keep him for blank game week 31. Then we have Andrew Robertson, the defender that did return me some points. We did have Digne on the bench, actually, which I should mention. He would have got me some points as well, but unfortunately, I didn't have him in my starting 11, or close enough to replace Yedlin, who was benched again, which is again another disappointing factor in my side. But 5 points from Andrew Robertson from 90 minutes played. He got the clean sheet. Unfortunately, he picked up a yellow card, which stopped any bonus points. He only had 1 penalty area touch and created 2 chances in a game that was a very edgy affair. I can't be angry at Robertson because he's just been returning me points consistently. So even though I could have used some more points off of you, Andrew, I'm still very happy with you on my side. And then we had Schindler at 4.2 million actually coming in for Yedlin, because Yedlin didn't start. It looks like Manquillo may have that spot now, which is very worrying for me, because that means a wasted transfer in building my team of 11 for game week 31. 2 points from 90 minutes played, no clean sheet. He also got no bonus points, but he did get 2 penalty area touches with 1 attempt on goal, which was from inside the box. So it would have been nice if he managed to convert that. I could have used the points, but unfortunately, Brighton also scored right near the end of the game, which saw my Schindler clean sheet disappear. And then Doherty only played 43 minutes. He was actually dropped for the start of the game. He got 1 point, no clean sheet, of course, because he didn't play the 60 minutes. If you didn't know, you have to play 60 minutes to get those clean sheet points. Penalty area touches at 2, with 1 chance created and 1 big chance created, and that chance was a big chance. So Doherty could have actually still returned points despite only playing 43 minutes. Very disappointed that he didn't start and wasn't involved in all the Raul Jimenez goals, because that is, of course, one of my favourite pairings. But hopeful that he can do something in the next game week, because he's likely to be a benched player in game week 31. We then move on to midfield, and it gets worse, because at least the defence had Andrew Robertson. Midfield-wise, nobody scored more than 3 points. I mean, I suppose the plus side is I captained that player, so I captained the guy with the most points in my midfield. But Almiron, Barnes, Salah and Pogba getting 2 points, 2 points, 3 points and a -1, which is probably one of the most disappointing midfield performances I've had in a while. Now, Almiron at 6 million, again, it was another punt. I was looking for a differential leading into game week 31. 2 points from 90 minutes played, no bonus points, no penalty area touches, 1 attempt on goal, which wasn't from inside the box and wasn't on target. That's disappointing, but home fixtures coming up next. I'm hopeful that Almiron will be one of those players that can do very well at home. I can, of course, rotate him in and out of my side. And then we've got Barnes at 5.5 million. Again, another differential pick that I was going for leading into game week 31. Maybe I've gone for too many differentials in my pursuit of climbing into that top 10 and top 5k. He got 2 points, 65 minutes played. A bit annoying that he got pulled off at 65 minutes. No bonus points. However, 5 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box. The shot accuracy is worrying though, because 0 on target when you've had 3 chances, 2 from inside the box. I'd like to see at least one of those on target, and I was a bit worried about his shot accuracy, but I went for the differential, which gives me more money to spend going into game week 30 and 31, and that was Harvey Barnes over Maddison. We'll see how that goes long term, but it didn't really work out for me this game week. Tielemans would have been a nicer choice, at least for this game week. Then we had Mohamed Salah, 13.5 million. He was my captain. He got 3 points from 90 minutes played. The underlying stats are there, and they have been, which is why people are keeping Mohamed Salah, but he's just not converting chances. 9 penalty area touches, 2 attempts, 2 from inside the box, 2 on target, 1 big chance with 1 chance created. It's just starting to get a bit aggravating that he's not getting involved with actual FPL points despite having these underlying stats. And then Paul Pogba, villain of the game week pretty much, 9 million, -1 point scored from 90 minutes played, no bonus points, clearly. A yellow card on top of a penalty miss meant he got the -1. Had 2 penalty area touches, 1 attempt on goal, which was from inside the box. Was on target, and it was a big chance, but when you miss a penalty, it hurts. And then finally, as we get through this painful underlying stats review of my side, we do have Raul Jimenez to talk about at 6.9 million, and I'm going to start with him just because I need to cheer myself up a bit. It's 12 points from 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 bonus points. Perfect. I wish more of my players did that. 7 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, 2 on target, 2 big chances, with 4 chances created and 1 big chance. I'm happy I held him through that 2-game patch where Wolves were very disappointing. He really turned up for me in a game week where I needed the points, so thank you, Raul Jimenez. And then Aguero and Rashford both turned up with 2 points each. 89 minutes played for Aguero, 90 minutes played for Rashford. No bonus points from either. Aguero did have 6 penalty area touches with 5 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box, 2 on target and 1 chance created, and 10 penalty area touches from Rashford, 4 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, and no shots on target and 1 big chance. The underlying stats still look okay for those two, so I'm hopeful going into game week 30 that they can do something for me. However, I don't have that much money in Rashford, so there's the possibility I do transfer him out. We'll have to wait and see after we hear a bit more team news which way I will go with that. So we move on to game week 30, and I'm eager to move on to game week 30 and put game week 29 behind me. And the game week 30 lineup looks as follows. We have Heaton in goal with Liverpool away. I'm not expecting a clean sheet, but some big save points would be nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a playing substitute keeper, so it's going to be one of those game weeks where I just have to expect not to get any points from my goalkeeper. However, we then have in defence a decent looking back three. We have Schindler against Bournemouth at home. I'm hoping Bournemouth away will not convert any chances and I can get finally a clean sheet off of Schindler. That would be nice. Robertson against Burnley at home. Again, I'm expecting Liverpool probably to be decent defensively as they have been all season, but Robertson's also capable of bringing in an assist, so hopeful there. And Digne, who has recently got 2 clean sheets in a row, he's coming into the side. I really thought he'd have been transferred out by now. Newcastle away. Basically, if Newcastle score, I want it to be Almiron. And if they don't score, then that's okay because Digne gets the clean sheet. Then in midfield, we have Barnes against Fulham at home. I'm hopeful of some points here because it is against Fulham. That's one of the reasons I like the look of Leicester City players with Fulham before game week 31. I thought that was pretty nice. Salah against Burnley at home. He's currently my vice-captain. I mean, if they're going to score loads past Heaton, please Salah be involved in the goals. Then you've got Paul Pogba against Arsenal away. He's staying in the side because, let's be honest, it's one bad game week. And also, I've got so much value in him. He's not going anywhere unless he starts having a game week 29 every game week. And then Almiron, I'm waiting for my punt to come through with something. He didn't look great against West Ham, but he's looked dangerous in the 2 games before that. And then up front, we've got Aguero against Watford at home, probably with my captaincy armband because Watford seem to want to play their way no matter who they're playing. Please don't change that style, Watford, because I could use the points from Aguero, especially as he's right now got my captaincy armband. Then got Jimenez against Chelsea away. Chelsea's defence looks decent, but Wolves have had a habit of doing well against the big side, so Jimenez stays in. As you can see, Doherty is on the bench for now. Rashford against Arsenal away. Again, hopefully Man United step up to the occasion against Arsenal because they were very disappointing in game week 29, even though they won. And then we've got Fraser, Doherty and Yedlin on the bench. Fraser with Huddersfield away. There's the potential I do bring him in, but Fraser hasn't really been doing much recently. He seems to be missing Callum Wilson. Doherty against Chelsea away. There's potential I bring him in as well, but I just feel like Chelsea look likely to score in this one. And then Yedlin, seeing as he's not starting, unless I hear something else, he is being put on the bench as well. And Button isn't starting frequently, so that is why he is on the bench. So overall, the team, there looks like some strong fixtures there. There also looks like some difficult ones. I'm hopeful for just a better game week than 29. Transfer-wise, it's likely to be either hold a transfer or you're looking at Rashford being transferred out. Aguero is going to be transferred out on game week 31. So Rashford may get transferred potentially to Higuain. I do now have the cash for that. Potentially to Vardy, although there's rumours Vardy has an injury, which could be a bit of a worry. Would make the move to Higuain much easier. And then game week 31, Aguero will probably be transferred out for pretty much any big striker I can think of. Maybe Firmino if he is back. Although I do really want Trent Alexander-Arnold and potentially I could bring him in for Yedlin if I take the hit. Trent Alexander-Arnold's looked pretty damn good, so has Van Dijk to be honest. So the plan was to triple up on Liverpool going into game week 31. Do I really want one of their strikers? I know it's against Fulham away, but they've been pretty poor away. But it is Fulham. So Firmino, I think might be a differential. I think a lot of people are going Mane. I am willing to take risks now to see if I can push myself higher up the rankings. So Firmino could be someone for game week 31. But right now, it's either hold transfer and hope Man United do well against Arsenal or go to Higuain now. But Chelsea versus Wolves doesn't feel like the best fixture for me to make that move. So we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, because it is weekend to weekend for game weeks this week, we will get another My Team for game week 29 transfer thoughts video done for you guys. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Keep up to date by hitting that notification bell. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed the episode and you want to make me feel better about myself after what was a horrible game week 29. Also, share out the content. It helps me out massively, as well as checking out the links in the description. Also, I should be going live with the FPL Wildcats on Wednesday evening. So if you want to come and join and ask me and the other Wildcats some questions, make sure to do that. Channel link should be in the description, so go subscribe there as well. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, even in a bad game week, it's still all about the game.